everybody. We're at the Red Fort in Agra and it's just about noon. We have our same tour guide as this morning and we're gonna go in. It's pretty hot and humid. Got my sun hat on just to try and keep the sun off a little bit. No, thank you.
The Red Fort, or Agra Fort, was the main residence of the Mughal Emperors for over 100 years, from 1530 to 1638, when the capital of their empire was in Agra.
So we purchased the tickets ahead of time, and so that we don't have to wait in line.
The fort is located on the banks of the Yamuna River, about 1.5 miles from the Taj Mahal.
And as the red sandstone it breathes moisture from the environment and gets degraded with the face of time. And it loses its layer.
Yeah.
And that is the reason why some of these pieces have dropped down.
Akbar was the third Mughal emperor, ruling from 1556 to 1605, and the grandfather of Shah Jahan, the fifth emperor, ruling from 1628 to 1658. Akbar did major renovations to the fort from 1565 to 1573.
Let me click one picture of yours with this gallery.
This is the Jahangir Palace, built by Akbar for his Hindu wives. Its name comes from the large tub by the entrance.
Oh, okay.
This is Jahangir's palace, the front of the Jahangir's palace.
Okay.
Okay, let's take it from here. After Shah Jahan, his son was Aurangzeb.
Right,
so
yeah.
Shah Jahan himself made a small room to live at the end days of his life. So he was imprisoned in that. Aurangzeb came with a negative political policy because he was the 6th Mughal emperor and he had some advisors who advised him that, see, you're ruling this country from last 6 generations. This is your country now and you can have tax policy according to your convenience.
Yeah.
So they came up with a taxation policy known as Jizya. Because that is more of open space area. Let us come and see.
Going towards the dining area.
Now, when you see these brackets, it is like elephant holding necklace and it's holding garland of flowers on the either sides. And on the top level, that is more of open space area, so that was for the dining room, where they would dine in the summer. So it was more ventilation. Here again, you see it's elephant head with some good angle.
Sure. And where did the red sandstone come from?
It came from a mine called Dholpur mine, which is around 50 kilometers. So
Okay.
this was 6 times inexpensive than marble. Marble
Okay.
came from 300 kilometers. So they don't have to pay for marble or sandstone, but they will have to pay the freight of it, which was like 6 times more.
Yeah. Heavier.
Yeah, heavier.
We're going now to the library.
Have you been to Angkor Wat?
Watch your steps, ma'am, please.
Can I go through?
But once you go, please come back.
Okay, I will.
It was gold paint. If you come closer, you can feel, you can see this gold paint. Yeah. You see that?
Yeah.
Some patch remains of gold dust still there in it.
As people try to scrape it off.
Yes. But Jahangir's wife, Noor Jahan, she invented them. I mean, these designs were invented by her.
Okay.
And then they were done on the silver thread and gold thread.
Okay.
The construction of the fort started around 1505 and it had several phases and it probably took about 60 years to get it all finished. Our guide's explaining how there was water in the walls for the summertime to help keep the fort cool, and the water would run down through here, and go down through the center hole there. So now we're getting a tour of the White Palace.
So it is not crowded, and this is the best time to get a nice picture.
This ceiling design is called a diamond cut.
The White Palace and the Taj Mahal were both built by Shah Jahan.
This is where the king was jailed by his son because he felt his dad spent too much money on the Taj Mahal. This sign explains that this verge offers full and majestic views of the Taj Mahal, and Shah Jahan spent 8 years from 1658 to 1666 of his imprisonment in this complex and died here. His body was then taken by boat to the Taj Mahal and buried.
Sir, ma'am, this way.
Okay,
I need to grab.
I gotta turn right.
Which is like the theme of Char Bagh, means greenery in all the directions. In the center, you see the center is platform.
Was it like a fountain?
Yeah, it was a fountain. So he was having a habit of taking wine, and he would have that because he was in the heaven. Drinking wine is not allowed in Islam on the earth. But once they go to heaven, it is allowed.
In case you were wondering, yes, it's very warm. I'm not sure, but I had looked this morning, it's forecast to be 96. So it's probably somewhere around there and very high humidity. But that's okay, I love it. The minarets we can see there are on a mosque that was built for the ladies of the fort, and it's inaccessible right now. It's under the control of the Indian Army.
At one time, there were as many as 500 beautiful buildings constructed inside the fort. Some of them were demolished by Shah Jahan to make room for his white marble palaces, but most of them were destroyed by the British rulers between 1803 and 1862. Now, there are 30 Mughal buildings still surviving within the fort.